if she was a rap artist like Drake, no one gives a shit who you're dating. No one cares that you knocked up a stripper, porn star, sex worker, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
Like no one cares how many people you slept with or who have you been with. It doesn't matter. You're glorified. You rap about it in your songs, and everyone loves it.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift has a date someone for maybe a month, and then breaks up. Maybe writes a song about them. Everyone freaks out.
He said maybe he writes a song about them.
Yeah, and then people freak out.
I'ma be who I gotta be. I ain't living in your fantasy. I'll be real if it's the death of me. I'ma be who I gotta be. And I don't care who you pretend to be. Cause I'll be real if it's the death of me. Yeah. Lies are lies.
This is not a pop culture podcast at all, but I want to talk about it. Bro, there's a lot going on. Number one, pop culture. But let's just get specifically in music, okay? First of all, Drake, I'm pretty sure, is one hit away from tying Michael Jackson in number one hits on the Billboard.
Is he really? Right.
Yes.
That's why we need an editor so we can fact check.
We do need a fact checker for that. So right now we don't have one. So I'm speaking freely. Hey, this might as well be the rumor mill because every single rumor right here, I'm bringing it to the podcast.
I know.
But yeah, Drake is one hit away, I think, from tying Michael Jackson on most hits. It's probably like most hits on like number 1 week or something like that. But like still, like he's close to Michael Jackson. And I've been a Drake fan for a long time, and I know a lot of people hate him. He's one of those people that I think a lot of people hate, and there's no reason why they hate him.
Yeah. I guess what's the criteria here? Like number 1 hits or?
No, it's number 1 hits.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like number 1 on the charts hits. Not
he's one away from Michael Jackson right now.
One away
for
from
fourth.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, for the 4th spot.
Think about that. And I don't even think dude's getting started. Like, I think he's just about to hit his peak of his career, to be honest with you.
I mean, I think he's kind of in it. I mean, I think people would argue that he made better music before. Like, you're always going to get different people, like people who think Take Care is like the best album, or
I'm thinking about from an economic standpoint because all the other stuff is biased. So the reason I say I think he's about to, or like you said, like in his peak, is because like he is now internationally making music and not just internationally known. Like a lot of superstars, whether they're sports or their music or whatever, you can be internationally known but not internationally integrated. Now I think that he's made music for like Spanish speaking music, which he's had for a while now. He's in UK rap, like. He's doing something with everybody. He's already transformed himself from like the original rapper to R&B to the mix. He's doing collabs with every up and coming as well as every hot. He's now touching everything possible when it comes to music.
Yeah, I mean he's one of the biggest artists for a reason.
Yeah. So one away from MJ, like to say that you can compare yourself to Michael Jackson, in my opinion, this may be biased because I'm from Gary, Indiana. House I grew up in is, literally an eye shot of the house and all that good stuff. But like to compare yourself to Michael Jackson in any sense, even if somebody was like, yo, you sound like Michael Jackson, like, dang, like, okay, that's a compliment. You dance like Michael Jackson. Dang, that's a compliment.
Yeah.
But to put your music on the billboards with him, to say you can possibly go hit for hit, crazy.
It's impressive. I just think, I don't know.
Are you a Drake hater? You want to?
No, I like Drake. I like Drake. I listen to like a lot of his stuff. I just think he also like, I don't know. I don't want to discredit anything he's doing because I think he's a good musician. He's a great artist. Like I like his music a lot. I just think with the advent of technology, like you said, like it's a whole different era, and he's ingrained himself so well into it. Like he's smart and he makes good stuff and he delivers quality. So it's like.
Yeah, and even to go on top of
popular.
that, like I'm not even saying the dude's got the best voice or best raps. I'm not even saying any of that. I just think that him branding wise, probably, as an artist, there's not many people other than Snoop Dogg who brand themselves as well as he's been doing for a long time. One away from MJ. All I got to say, he was supposed to come out with an album on the September 22nd, I think.
Yeah,
he didn't even drop it. So just think about that. He is one hit away. Maybe he knows and he's like, wait a minute, let me not release this album yet. Let me release another single. let me dedicate it to MJ. You know,
No,
that's my
I
thought
don't. I
now.
don't
Is
think.
like,
I don't think he was playing that.
you don't think so?
No, I don't think he was even thinking. I think he maybe
Not
it's like in his
dedicated
mind a
to.
little bit.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe that was strong language, but maybe not dedicate to. But he's gonna have a couple bars in there for MJ.
Well, he probably will.
Crazy. Number two, Usher got the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Um, have you seen his whole Vegas thing?
Like his residence in Vegas, like because he has the
Yeah,
show and stuff. Yeah. Because what was the whole drama again? He like
he broke
someone
up.
someone's boyfriend or ex-boyfriend like was not happy with, I forget what her name was.
Yeah, Kiki Palmer.
Kiki Palmer. Yeah.
Yeah, ended a relationship. I don't know if they were married or not, but the relationship is
I
over
don't
because of
I don't think they were married. I
yeah,
think it's just her
became a big
boyfriend.
thing.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
he was like calling Usher out on like Twitter and everything. He was pissed.
yeah, he was he was hot. So I watched Breakfast Club with him on there doing his little his little media tour. You know how they do. And he's on there and he's talking about it, like they ask him like straight up like, "Yo, you don't feel bad for some of the drama that you've caused?" He's like, "Yo, what are you talking about?" He's like, "Talking about because I had a good performance." He's like, "No, no, no. Some of the aftermath of the relationships." He's like, "No, I'm having a good time. Like that's all it is. It's just about having fun." That was his response essentially.
Yeah.
I'm just having a good time. Ain't got nothing, pretty much ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm over there performing, having a good time. As long as everybody having a good time that I'm connected with, then we all good. But so don't bring your wife, your girlfriend, or whatever to the Super Bowl if you ain't gonna go.
Jeez.
especially in Vegas. You're already in trouble if you're in Vegas, let alone Usher's around. He's got a new song out, and he's like, I feel like with the toxicity,
Really?
yeah, boyfriend.
Okay.
Tell me if you can hear this. Can you hear this?
Yeah.
Good or no?
Yeah. I have heard this song.
Toxic, bro.
He dropped the video after the whole altercation.
Ooh, that's cool. That's cool. Well, you should know I'm pretty easy.
He's definitely mocking.
Just look for me wherever he sees you.
Oh my god.
Wherever you go.
It's definitely a shot
Hey,
at
that's
Keke
messed up.
Palmer's.
That's messed up. That's
It's a
toxic,
shot.
bro.
Yeah, it is.
That's toxic. But that's a dope song, though, ain't it?
Yeah, it's a good song. I've heard it.
It's a good song. Hey, I love it, and I hate that.
Man, you hate what?
I was just gonna say I hate that like good songs like that are like promoting toxicity because I don't want to be about it. You know what I'm saying? But that's a good song.
I mean, I feel like you can go multiple different ways with that around like. There's a lot of songs that are promoting toxic things, toxic behavior, and also, but I guess we can go into that first. My other point that I was going to make was like, what about someone who promotes, who maybe makes like okay music or is popular, but maybe necessarily isn't the best of person, right?
Ooh,
So,
that's fair. That's a good point.
Like Chris
That's a
Brown,
good point.
right? Chris Brown's a very polarizing figure.
Yeah,
He's not.
he made no air with Jordan Sparks.
Yeah, he definitely gave Rihanna no air either.
I knew that was good. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a good point. So you got the futures of the world and like, hey, I don't know. I'm just gonna say I go with the honest person. Hey, if you're telling me the truth, I'm gonna respect it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're telling me exactly what's going on. I don't have to question you ain't lie to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I'd appreciate if you've been toxic, if you're talking about drugs, killing people, and you just straight up with me. You know what I'm saying? Like the baby, then like, all right, cool. Like I can respect it because at least you straight up.
Yeah, at least you know who they are.
At least I know who you is. You know what I'm saying? That's good. That's funny. He said no hair. Chris Breezy. Who's getting the breeze? Oh my goodness. So yeah, Usher, Super Bowl. All right, again, not pop culture. I want to talk about who was it? Drake at first, about to hit number one. That's wild.
Yeah.
Crazy. So did you have a list? You said it was for fourth. Who's 1 through 3?
The Beatles number one.
Okay, that's fair.
I think number two. Number 2 or 3 was Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey has more number ones than Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
No, is it like the same song that's hit number one over and over again?
No, it's like unique songs. These are unique songs.
Crazy.
The Beatles. So the Beatles are first with 20. Mariah Carey has 19. Rihanna actually has 14. Michael Jackson's 13 and Drake is 12.
Rihanna's made she made a sprint, I think, on.
Yeah.
So I
mean all these songs, like if I say them, you know them all.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
right?
She made it's crazy to think that, but she made a massive sprint when she was going to work.
But this is like it's a decade of songs.
Surprising though, like Elton John, or they probably didn't have a chance to be on the same list.
I don't think I just don't think they're as popular.
Okay.
Like Whitney Houston's 8th with 11. Madonna's up there at 6, right below Drake with 12. Janet Jackson's 9. Stevie Wonder's 10.
Dang,
so
doing Stevie wrong.
But I mean, Rihanna's like, you know all these songs: SOS, Umbrella, Take a Bow, Disturbia, Live Your Life, Rude Boy, Love the Way You Lie, What's My Name, Only Girl, S&M.
She had to make these all in a 2 to 3 year span. I swear, she had
10 years,
to.
10 years.
10 years.
It's from 06 to 16. Her first and last.
Wow.
Because she has. I mean, if you think about it, like when after she came out with Work with Drake.
What'd you say?
I said after she made Work with Drake. I don't know. She hasn't made much music recently in the past couple years. She's been focusing on like Fenty and her brand and her kids and her family.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. She got
she made her footprint
wiped
in the industry, and then she just
wiped up. Yeah. She got wiped up twice.
Yeah. I mean, she got other things to deal with besides her kids. She's running a whole business too. You know, she has like a makeup and I don't know, bodywear brand.
She started focusing on her future.
Yeah, she's making money. I can't believe the 2C Slide is the number 1 hit.
Yeah, again, I'm not saying that all of his songs are, iconic in the sense that they're good music.
They don't have to be iconic though. They just gotta be popular.
They gotta be popular.
If you have a TikTok dance that goes with it, your song is gonna shoot up.
Exactly. You make a dance. Cha-cha style.
That's all. Yeah,
that's all it takes.
And Drake's good at writing catchy music as well.
He's fantastic at it. Fantastic. Hey, when's your song coming out again? Your EP? Couple months?
Hopefully. 3 months? I'm actually linking up with Riley.
Oh, okay. All right. Shout out Riley. We gotta have Riley on to explain the process of y'all creating this.
He has a different creative process than I do, but
I'm sure
it's interesting to like mash up 2 different people. Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to get something together, and then got to get a verse from you.
Ooh, little dizzy on the track. Oil.
There you go, a little oil.
Yeah, we gotta get Riley on. I told Riley probably like a year and a half ago that he needs to create his own podcast, like literally just him talking.
Yeah,
like just him talking the whole time, and it would be a fantastic podcast. All right, last pop culture thing I want to talk about before we move on is, what's your guess?
It's gonna be Colorado. Is that pop culture?
No, pop culture. But that is something that we should talk about pop culture.
All right, what do you got for me?
Think about the poppiest culture.
Oh, you're talking about Taylor Swift?
I am talking about Taylor Swift.
Yeah, she's smart if you think about it. You're talking about Drake being smart. Like, no, you need to think about how smart Taylor Swift is at manipulating the public.
Talk to me, Kimmy. What are your opinions on it? I'm curious.
Dude, the Kansas City Chiefs need to they need to think. They need to send her a car or something for increasing their sales, because she's been hanging around with Travis Kelce. The Chiefs the stock is going up right now.
The economics of that, which is wild. And I was just talking to a friend about this. The economics of Taylor Swift, which I can say I'm probably a little like
She collects
jealous
millions.
envy, yeah, jealous envy, whatever you want to call it, of because I feel like it's more so of a blinding now. I think she's had a lot of like really loyal fans to start. Then people switched because she became too poppy. And then people were like,
Yeah,
oh, well, maybe we like Taylor again. Oh, I like, here we go again, the bad version of Taylor, Taylor the dark side, you know? And
yeah.
I think people
That's
are,
what her whole era is towards about.
yeah, I think people are loving the toxicity of Taylor Swift. And now we're getting blinded just because it's all working. And everyone wants her to do like all these bad things. It's not really like Taylor Swift because she's this sweet, innocent girl anymore, which is what her brand was. Now it's like, yeah, Taylor Swift, yeah. Yeah, that album, that breakup album is gonna be the best one ever. Like that's what people want.
Hmm. I think that's like the surface level analysis of Taylor Swift, though. Like that's what a lot of people who like. I think it's what a lot of her honestly are like what her haters think about her is because I mean it's true.
What do
Like
her
all the
advocates think?
I mean it depends. Like because you got people who are crazy. Like you got some of her fans are very extreme.
Yeah.
Um, I'm a Taylor Swift fan. I went to her concert in LA
Mm-hmm.
and it
Wow.
was fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was awesome.
Yeah. Great music.
Uh,
Again.
yeah, she makes really good music, and like seeing her progression through her career has been great,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like she started, like you said, sweet, innocent, like little country singer. That's what she started as, and then she started getting a little more poppy, and then all of her Reputation album was like her bad era. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's when she had all the songs like um, her bad side came out, but like the albums that she released during COVID were actually like probably the best albums she ever had. Like musicianship rise, like songwriting rise, like they were
Okay.
fantastic.
Okay.
Very good albums. And the last one she just released is really good as well.
Yeah.
And it's but people all they want to do is focus on like her relationships, right? And they just want to focus on her dating life. And like dating is such a strong word. Like her and Travis Kelce, like they literally met like 2 weeks ago. Like they're still getting to know each other, but everyone's so obsessed with them, and it's like
Gotcha.
annoying. That's the one
Gotcha.
thing that I'm like, I would hate to be her.
Oh yeah.
I don't care if you're making billions of dollars, but like you have no life.
Yeah. 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 I think that about
You
most
have to
celebrities.
be, yeah.
Yeah. You're
Like
seeing
LeBron,
out and automatically it's a story.
yeah, like her, LeBron, like people of like large caliber celebrities.
Mhm.
You can't live a normal life ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have no privacy. Um, you also have to be a little bit of a sociopath to be that famous, because like you just your like eyes are always on you, right? It's like your Taylor knows what she's doing. Like she heard like okay, like Joe Jonas and his wife Sophie Turner split up. So what happens the next day? She's seen at dinner with Sophie Turner, right? The paparazzi and she made sure that there was paparazzi and there was like a photo shoot. Mostly
Mhm.
because like she's on Sophie's side and like Joe Jonas is an ex of hers. Um, rumors that have it. So Travis Kelce goes on his podcast, talks about how he went to an Eras concert, he made a friendship bracelet, he couldn't with his phone number on it, and he tried to get a Taylor Swift, but he couldn't because he didn't know her. What happens? Oh, now there's rumors flying. Oh, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are dating. So what does she do? She plays it up. Somehow she connects with him. So like
Somehow.
has her representation reach out to his probably, and then they link up. Goes to a game at Arrowhead, and look what happened. Like
Yeah.
she knows how to stay relevant.
Yeah. Is
She's
this
smart.
supposed to make me a fan of her?
No, I think it's just supposed to appreciate how she's smart and also sociopathic she probably is.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, this is interesting because exactly what you just described, if we take the persona of that, I think is what some people hate about a person like Drake. Except Drake
Yeah.
is like single, except for the relationship thing. You know,
People
just how
hate Taylor
he's
Swift for it too.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
the thing is like, so like, there's like people have done a whole bunch of like analysis into this, but she wrote a song called "The Man" that basically was like, if I was a man, like I wouldn't be criticized
Mhm.
for any of this.
Yeah.
And part of it's true.
Yeah.
If she was a guy, like if she was a rap artist like Drake, no one gives a shit who you're dating. No one cares that you knocked up a stripper, porn star, sex worker, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
Like no one cares how many people you've slept with or who have you been with. It doesn't matter. You're glorified. You rap
Mhm.
about it in your songs, and everyone loves it.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift has a date someone for maybe a month, and then breaks up. Maybe writes a song about them. Everyone freaks out.
He
Hates her
said
for it.
maybe he writes a song about them.
Yeah, and then people freak out.
Yeah,
Right?
I will say. Never mind. I don't know how to put that eloquently. I was about to say something real off the cuff.
No, you're good. And I don't think
Real off the cuff.
this isn't like a Taylor Swift issue either. I think this is just like it's a
Societal
sexist
issue. Correct. Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's where I was about to go with it.
No, you gotta say it. You gotta put it in the most polite way possible. But if it's off the cuff, you just gotta rip it.
I'm just saying how I'm thinking about it right now. This wasn't how I was gonna say it, but I was gonna say hoes look different when they're females. As in, like, hoes look different when they're females, because like what we're talking about is like people being hoes one way or the other, right?
Yeah.
You know, getting ran through is what we call it. I don't know what you call it from your circle of friends, whatever, but essentially getting ran through. Okay, a guy running through and a girl gets ran through, and I think even that connotation in itself helps encourage the negative connotation for the female.
Yeah. Because it's a
But
one-sided.
it's a one-sided thing.
perspective. Yeah.
Exactly. So in that perspective, it always works out to the woman is at a disadvantage because their hoe nature, which everyone encourages for everybody. Everyone encourages hoe nature. If you go through a bad breakup, if you've been in a long relationship, I see it all the time, especially as adults. Yo, if you're a man, go have a fling for a while. Like, I'm not encouraging this, especially kids that might be listening. I'm not encouraging this, but like people encourage all the time, like, yo, go have fun. Don't be in a relationship, whatever. But it looks different when you're a female doing it compared to guy. And I'm not saying that I think that way. I'm just saying that that's how
It's society.
we see it and we say it and all other kinds of things. But
so I guess my question to you is, is that an issue? Do you think it's an issue that's the way it's seen?
Like Taylor Swift? Or
No,
in general? Yeah,
society.
Yeah, 100% with society. I think it is because it's the same thing. It's literally the exact same thing. There is no difference between the two. I can't find a difference between the two. Some people might argue that that some of your organs change depending on if you've been running or getting chased.
Yeah.
Try to keep it halfway PG. some of your organs might adjust. But yeah, I don't think there's any difference outside of that.
Yeah, and I think, we don't have to go too deep into this, but like, I think it's a lot of times, I think in society, women's value is based on their sexuality, like, or like what they have to offer physically. Like they have to be attractive, right? Like,
okay.
So many times people tie value to women based on,
I
think
sure.
like their attractiveness, and stuff like that. And I think
we're about to get into something deep, man.
Yeah, and I mean, like, there's other podcasters. I'm not going to name them because I don't like them. Like, I don't listen to them. Right? There's other podcasters that are floating around like younger male circles that I don't think are great influences.
Yeah.
But it's really a shame to see those perspectives and viewpoints like take over and how popular they're becoming.
So we agree upon that, okay? And I think that anyone who's listening to this, based on my circle of friends, your circle of friends, whoever, like, probably also agree upon that. On the flip side,
I mean, there's one person who's probably in both of our circles who might disagree.
Is he or she in your circle? Is it a he?
It's a he.
He's not in your circle.
He's not in my circle anymore.
Not my circle. Whose circle is he in? Because he's not in my circle.
I think he thinks he's in your circle.
Nah. I don't think so. I don't think so anymore. Anyway, on the flip side of that, and this is, I want to make sure I'm clear here. I agree with you that it is a societal issue that we sexualize females. Do you also think, though, that females sexualize themselves as well as men, and we just don't pay attention to that as much, or even help perpetuate it?
See, I think this is, I don't know how best to put this, but I think that's also an unfair thing to cast on women who it's like, oh, like it's like it's like because like it's essentially kind of blaming them, in my opinion, of like, oh, you're perpetuating the stereotype, so like you don't do it, or like so like you're blaming them for, I don't know, like we've, as a society, it's, I think everyone can agree that it's been a very male dominated society for the history,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
For not just America, like the world.
The world, yeah.
Yeah.
The solar system.
Maybe. Yeah. And it's like you're encouraging, how best to describe it? I think a lot of people are intimidated from, they see women being equal as, in their eyes, they see it as women being more powerful than men. And I think you can because it's so different. They're used to seeing women lower, and I think this also relates to racism. Like, so even just equal rights, people, it scares people because to them, equal rights is the same thing as prejudice against them.
That's true.
Because
That's
they're used to always being, they're always used to being above, right?
It's so sad.
And I think it's the same thing. It's like when you're so used to always seeing a group of people below, like, or viewing them, valuing them as lower.
Wow.
So when they're actually equal, I think it to certain people, it's not equal. It's, they're better than I am. Like, it's uncomfortable.
Dang.
So I think that's one way. Like, that's kind of how I see it. But going back to your question, of course, there's always going to be people who are like the bad examples of it. People who are perpetuating it. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of female rappers. I think some of them just, I don't care if they hoe out. I don't care what they're, but I think some of their lyrics are just awful and they don't make good music. I've heard like 5 different Ice Spice songs on the radio, and I swear that's the same song every single time.
Yeah. And that's what I'm asking you. So I know you haven't been single in a while, and I have been single for a little bit now. Okay. And
I would not want to date right now.
Well, I haven't really been doing that either. So
I've had to hear from like friends and stuff like,
no,
dude,
no. Dating pool got a lot of man piss in it.
Dating pool got way bit worse.
So, but my thing is though, is I will say that females sexualize themselves in order to get to men. So that's what I'm saying is like, I'm not talking about like they put an outfit on or they went to the swimming pool. I'm talking about legitimately like, hey, you can have this from me if you want to be with me.
What are your thoughts?
It's not about those brains.
Yeah. But like, what are your thoughts about like how many people have OnlyFans now?
That's an interesting one because I have a weird perspective that I actually don't care about, and I think they call themselves this, sex workers. I actually legitimately don't care at all. If that's what job you want to do,
but that's
do your job.
Do you think that's kind of like in your comment of like sexualizing themselves?
Correct. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You know, if you think about all the OnlyFans stuff, you know, a guy is lucky to be featured. Feet pics. The fact that people can sell feet.
Some people are desperate. Like some people have.
But the fact that a woman is willing, and again, not to blame them because it's an opportunity for them. But think about that. The fact that this opportunity is something that's willing to be a big thing that I know about, like that's wild to me. So yeah, like OnlyFans is a great example, but you know, porn is a thing. It's been a thing for a long time. So I think that's part of the reason why like OnlyFans isn't anything to me, because it's like same thing as every other site that's been out for years. You know, that's it's just making it more accessible, which technology does that with everything nowadays.
It's also giving a lot of people an avenue to make money. Which,
hey, if that's your hustle,
go make your bread. Yeah,
exactly. If that's your hustle, I legitimately don't care. It doesn't interest me at all, but also,
yeah, no, I was interesting to hear your perspective because you brought up like mostly to go along with your point of like, do you think women are?
And I'm not even counting that, which is probably crazy, but I'm not even counting that in.
I think is fair because that's a
career, job, opportunity, whatever.
Once it's a career, exactly.
Correct. Yeah, kind of like bodybuilders.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's like you're saying more of like. Can you elaborate more about what your point about like?
Yep. So I think that music would be one, because your job is to make music, but you're pulling people in by the way that you look. This is a perfect example. Women do perpetuate that through the videos that they make or the videos that they're in. You know what I'm saying? Like you're
Yeah.
literally saying this is what my value is in, or this is the way that I have to pull you in. This is what you're attracted to. This is how I'm keeping your attention. This is what to bring, like, this is the thing, and you don't value my music. How often do you see rappers, take, like, Rick Ross takes his shirt off? I don't know if it's because he thinks he's attractive or not, but like you don't see men sexualizing themselves. Us men do that with like money and jewelry. Like that's how we sexualize ourselves, which is also dumb and wrong, but that's how we do it. So if a woman wants to use a man for his money, that is the man's. I think that's what you ask them to do. That's what you use to bring them in.
But I think that's also society perpetuating it, right? Because it's like,
but are we going to blame, and I'm talking about a logical thinker here, are we going to blame the media for the way that you choose to act in the world also? Like is that the only thing that you think that you can do in order to be valuable? And if that's the case, then that just proves my point, I think.
I think it's a good point. I think it's too hard to comment on if they think. I don't think it's the only thing that they think they bring value to, but they're exploiting. They're exploiting.
Top of the list.
I don't know that. I think I think some probably do, but I also think others are just exploiting society.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay,
right?
That's fair.
Like they know. For instance, like I don't know, like Nicki Minaj and Cardi were way wilder when they were first coming out. Now that they're established in the industry, they don't have to be. They don't have to prove themselves. So I think if you're smart, you exploit it. You got to climb somehow. But I think it's unfair to say like that's all that they think that they bring value to. Maybe I think some of them do, and I think they're idiots.
and that's an extreme term or phrase, but my point is that like
you can't always
can you name me something else that they use to exploit? Can you name me anything that females, I guess specifically, name me anything females use to exploit other than their bodies? Can you name me anything that males use to exploit other than their money?
I mean, you can go with intelligence, but it really depends on like who you're talking around with, right? I think it really depends on who you surround yourself with. Like
talking to, surround yourself. So you're coming back to the personal sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's like even women tie themselves too much to their career and how much money they make. I think that's just like an individual issue that we have in our society. Like your success isn't on who you are as a person isn't defined by your career, but too many people do that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, like I mean, a lot of my friends like I don't know. I guess it depends. Like, does every woman in your life only go back to their sexuality and like how attractive they are, then that's what their value is?
Yep. So that's what I'm saying is if we're coming back to the personal sense, then I'm saying that most women, that's what I'm saying. Most women do start off with that. I think there is a massive shift in the past 2 or 3 years on independence. Just simply independence, nothing to do with sexuality. It's like, hey, I'm smart enough to have my own, and having my own, paying my own bills. In the personal sense, us people, regular people, that's what we're talking about.
But you're talking more of celebrities?
No, I was actually talking about in general, both. I'm talking about in general, but I'm saying that I know from personal experience that females are using their sexuality in order to bring people in. Like that's what they.
I mean, that's fair.
Like to start.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just the type of females that you're around.
I live in Florida. He said, maybe this is the type of females you be around. Hey, all the females that I'm around right now, if you listen to this podcast, you heard what Kenny said.
Yeah, you're basically just telling them that all they're good for is.
Hey, I didn't say
it. You said you're basically saying it in this podcast. Rewind 5 minutes.
Hey, you better step your game up then, Devin.
I'm happily married. I don't have to deal with any of this.
I'm married too.
Yeah, nothing.
Married to the money.
You're just perpetuating your own stereotype.
Facts. Hey, I didn't say that I didn't fit the stereotype. I'm definitely I'm definitely about at this point in my life, 100% money, the financial stability. Yeah, I mean, I'm not flashy like that, you know. I'm not pulling the
Yeah.
shadur out here. Actually, yeah, I do have the shadur. See that? Like that?
This
It's my
one of
shadur.
the bracelets. You
My
should do it.
shadur.
He had no reason to do that last week.
Oh
Dude, the whole
gosh.
state of Colorado should be embarrassed.
Oh man, I wasn't expecting that, man. I was not
I
expecting
thought it was gonna be closer than it was, and then for Miami to go in there the next
that.
day
Oh
and just
my
whoop the
gosh.
Broncos.
Yo,
Dude,
think
state of
about
Colorado.
this. Think about sports right now. If you look at almost every single sport, basketball hasn't started yet. But if you look at every single sport, we're seeing some crazy stuff. The Miami Dolphins are good. We don't even talk about numbers. Miami Dolphins are good right now. What? When is the
Yeah,
last time that they have been? Sometimes I forget that they're a football team.
what they've been building recently is crazy.
They have.
I
They
think
have.
for the Chiefs, for them to just I don't know. Tyreek is on his revenge tour, and like they were good last year, right? They made the
Yeah.
playoffs. Like they had
Yep.
like a bunch of wins. They showed the signs. They made
Correct.
really good moves this season.
They
It's
showed the
like
signs. Yeah. Yeah.
they've been growing consistently,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
Colorado. You made a prediction on USC.
They're gonna
I'm,
get
I'm assuming you're
they're gonna get
sticking to that.
stomped, dude. If they walk out of there with the win, I will be super surprised.
I
I'm telling
heard.
you, like their quarterback, USC's quarterback is so
Mhm.
good.
Yeah. This is more rumor mill, so I guess you'll be the fact checker of the podcast. But
We'll see.
this is actually closer to rumor mill than anything I've said. But I hear that there's like a coaching alliance that
What?
is like sending film to other teams that play Colorado.
I mean, I haven't heard this, but I think it happens in all sports though. Like
It
film is being
does.
shared, right? So
It,
it's like
they
it,
ask for, but I think it's like a hey, this is an alliance that like I'm giving you
it's
everything because I've been in situations where like you dissect film essentially
yeah,
and you show them what you want to show them. You know, like hey, I don't want you to see what I'm seeing,
yeah.
but now I hear it's like, hey,
It's
this is it. This is exactly what happened.
I mean like it's Colorado has gotten this. It's because the spotlight is on Dion, and it's like
Yeah.
an unfair spotlight, right? Just like so right now, all you see in sports when you scroll into anything on social media is Taylor Swift and Deion Sanders. That's all you see. And like I for
Dang, you
one,
didn't even mention Travis. That's
no,
messed up.
and
That's
it
crazy.
ain't even about Travis
That's
because
crazy.
no one cares about him. It's always about Taylor Swift.
Wow.
I would much rather just see all of the Lakers highlights, and like I think they're insufferable how much ESPN just rides LeBron basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I would much rather just see the BS Lakers content constantly
Wow. Holy
than
crap.
see all of this.
Okay. Yeah. Pop culture.
Yeah, it's whatever gets views,
Yeah.
right? And that's all it is. And it's not like a negative thing about Taylor Swift or Deion Sanders.
Yeah. Just
It's
not
like
the sport.
ESPN and all these. Yeah, it's all these other outlets that are like
Yeah.
they need the clicks.
Yeah.
I mean, I like what Deion's doing solo.
Yeah. Have you watched any Shannon with Steve A?
Oh, I watched a little bit. I watched.
Yeah.
What was he talking about? I watched when they were just flaming Stephen A. Smith for his terrible first pitch.
Okay.
Dude, did you see it?
I did. I saw the first pitch.
It was
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Yeah, I saw the first
Listen,
pitch. It's funny because
um,
he was in the. I think he was in like the dugout and he was practicing, and they were looking
But,
good.
yeah. But then when he
Hopped
got
on
to
the
the
mound.
mound, he got scared.
Yeah.
I believe it, dude. I mean, I don't know if I could do a better pitch. I could probably throw it straight, but
I
who
always
knows when you
wonder
get up
what
there?
that's like. Yeah, when you get up there, I bet you it's way different.
Yeah, there's got to be nerves. So like,
Yeah.
I don't blame him. But,
Yeah.
no, I
you-
haven't watched much of Shannon on ESPN. What?
Okay. I was gonna say you got to keep me. I haven't seen any. I never watch any of that stuff. The most I see of it is from social media, like the clips.
Yeah,
from,
I've seen like highlights, but I've never
Yeah.
watched like the full interviews.
Okay, gotcha. I was gonna say you got to keep me updated on it because I feel like it would be a good show. To be honest with you.
I think so. I think even just from the clips I see, like I think him and Stephen A. play off each other really well.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I still wonder what happened to him and Skip.
I forget. Someone did the research and it was like they pinpointed it to like a specific conversation where like Shannon was offended
Mm-hmm.
and I think like that was kind of like the sign. I don't know. I'll have to find it and I'll send it to you.
Okay. I found a meme. I have to send it to you, but it was. Did I send it to you? I might have already sent it to you, but it was a video about a comedian. He's like, "This is Shannon Sharp trying to excuse himself or reason why he keeps getting Stephen A's name wrong." he's like, "Man, it haunts me everywhere." He's like, I'm playing cards with my kids the other day, playing Uno with my kids, and all my cards they have Skip on it. They have Skip on it. Like I'm trying. He's like, I go in my cabinet and it's got Skippy on it. He's like, I go here and it's got. I have to send that to you. It's pretty funny.
Okay, yeah, you'll have to send it to me.
Yeah. Cool, man. I think G might be coming back next week. He's indexing right now. Shout out to G. Did you have anything else on pop culture on the pop culture podcast?
Dude, you cut out for me for a little bit, but I'm
my fault.
that G's coming. I don't think it's your fault. I think it's G's coming back next week.
Maybe? Yeah. G is coming back. I think next week. He's indexing right now, which is like pretty much checkout process at a hotel. But yeah, did you have anything else for this week?
No, we covered a lot.
We did.
I'm interested to get G back and see his perspective. I know he's running through them hoes, you know.
Oh gosh. Yeah, you can't be who you're going to be and who you used to be at the same time. So stop with the hose. All right, y'all. Pursue excellence and cherish everyone. Peace. Wait. All right. You just enjoyed that episode. I know it because you've made it to this point. If you wouldn't do me and the fellas a favor, while you're joining us at our dinner table, you're having food, maybe you're on a run, wherever you're listening to the episode, please take the time, 1 second, hit like, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.